Fasting in Ramadan, Islamic and scientific benefits. During the holy month of Ramadan, millions of people all over the globe observe a 24-hour fast. But aside from the spiritual significance, the majority of them are not conscious of the advantages of Ramadan fasting. To go for 12 to 14 hours a day without food or water takes tremendous self control. Muslim medical experts claim that the practice has a wide range of physical, spiritual, psychological, and scientific advantages. Additionally, it offers the chance to empathize with needy and impoverished people all over the world. Ramadan, what it is in the Islamic calendar, Ramadan is the ninth and most sacred month. During Ramadan, Muslims fast, forego indulgence, and engage in prayer to get closer to God. Families can get together and celebrate Allah's bounties during this time as well. Muslims begin fasting the day after the crescent moon first shows in the sky to mark the start of a new month. Because of this, Ramadan does not officially start in many nations until spiritual leaders confirm that they have seen the full moon. With the celebration of Eid al-Fitr on a global scale, the extended fast comes to a close. Quran about fasting during Ramadan. O you who believe, it is obligatory upon you to fast as it was obligatory upon those before you, so that you may be righteous. Al Quran, Surah Baqarah, ayat number 183. Hadayat about fasting during Ramadan. According to Abu Huraira, the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, worship Allah alone and no one else. Perform the five prescribed mandatory prayers as directed. Make the mandatory zakat and observe Ramadan fasting. Sahih al Bukhari 1397. Advantages of Ramadan fasting. During the month of Ramadan, more than 1 billion Muslims worldwide observe a strict rite of moral fasting. Fasting has a more than a 1300-year history that began with the advent of Islam. The following are just a few advantages of abstaining during Ramadan. Ramadan fasting advantages for the soul. Number one, taqwa. In Islam, the concept of taqwa is used to describe having knowledge of Allah, the truth, and having pity and fear of God. The Quran, Islam's holy book, commonly uses this phrase. It conveys a strong sense of exercising caution in one's own life and actions because angels are continuously keeping an eye on us. Fasting also improves one's capacity for Allah awareness and helps one stay clear of unintentional transgressions of his methods. People then steer clear of sins and bad actions as a result. Number two, more lucrative outcomes. Ramadan is a time when Muslims of good standing must abstain. It is said that Allah rewards Muslims who observe fast with tremendous blessing and rewards. Every hour spent fasting takes one step closer to Allah in the afterlife. But instead of fasting for the presents, one should concentrate on their importance and worth. Number three leads to heaven and saves from hell. On the day of resurrection, only those who fasted during Ramadan will be permitted to pass through the Ar-Rayyan gate and join paradise. As they get ready for Ramadan, the virtue encourages people to extend their volunteer fast. Muslims believe that even one day of fasting can move a person from the fires of purgatory to the paradise of Jannah. Ramadan fasting advantages for health. Number one, prevention of overweight and degenerative illnesses. Ramadan fasting may help in the fight against diabetes and other persistent illnesses like obesity. You must refrain from eating or drinking anything between sunrise and sundown if you are fasting during Ramadan. Because of this, it raises the amounts of proteins that cause insulin resistance. It also provides defense against the dangers of a high fat and low sugar diet. Number two, reducing blood sugar levels and lowering cholesterol. The lipid profile is stimulated by Ramadan fasting, which reduces blood cholesterol. The result is that it shields against heart attacks, strokes, and other illnesses. Additionally, people will keep their recently lower cholesterol levels if they continue eating a healthy diet after Ramadan. Number three, enhanced digestion. Fasting during Ramadan has beneficial effects on a person's lifestyle and digestive system. After a month of pollutants being flushed out of the body, a human body naturally detoxifies. Additionally, it maintains the proper amounts of acidity and heat production in the human stomach. Ramadan fasting has proven scientific advantages. Number one, decreases stress. One of Islam's most important commandments is to fast during the sacred month of Ramadan. During Ramadan, Muslims observe a 12 to 14-hour daily fast. They awaken early for prayers, consume before dawn, sleep later, and eat filling meals after dusk to replenish their energy and fluid stores. As a result, eating behaviors, sleep duration, and sleep patterns will all improve by reducing tension, anxiety, and depression. Fasting during the holy month of Ramadan enhances mental health. Number two, reduces cancer risk. In the past few years, a lot of studies have been published that claim Ramadan fasting can reduce certain health risk factors. Additionally, it can alleviate the signs of serious medical conditions like malignancy. The study found that this could be linked to decreased blood glucose synthesis, balanced dietary intake, and increased production of tumor killing cells. Number three, sports in dementia. Alzheimer's disease, which produces ever worsening cognitive and behavioral problems, has few treatment options outside of the realm of medications and treatments. Fasting is the therapy choice that is quickly gaining popularity. Ramadan research has shown that fasting, which is frequently marketed as a weight loss strategy, greatly lessens the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease and slows rats' cognitive development. The psychological benefits of Ramadan fasting. Number one, strengthens the will. Ramadan fasting demands perseverance and the ability to put off short term pleasure in favor of long term objectives. A full month of fasting results in feelings of joy, concentration, self control. These qualities are applicable in many facets of living. Number two, boost concentration. There is evidence that those who fast exhibit greater levels of alertness and focus. The human body turns food into glucose, and too much of it makes you drowsy and exhausted. By assisting the body in controlling its glucose levels, fasting improves energy and concentration. Number three, enhances happiness. After hours of fasting, Muslims feel more accomplished, rewarded, proud, and in charge. Fasting can increase one's feeling of accomplishment and self worth. Fasting and the pleasure experienced after completing a difficult task both work as potent feel good stimulants on the brain at the same time. Rules for keeping the fast during Ramadan. Muslims are required to observe a fast from sunrise to sunset and through sunset prayer. They are prohibited from eating or drinking during the fast. If one is fasting during Ramadan, they shouldn't purposefully attempt to throw up. Gum eating is prohibited while they are fasting. Additionally, one should avoid playing loud music and disturbing others while fasting. Try to avoid taking dietary medications while fasting during Ramadan. Ramadan fasting advice. When breaking the fast in Ramadan, one should initially eat little and steer clear of sugary or fatty foods. When beginning the fast for the following day, one should attempt to consume just before the crack of dawn. People should consume plenty of sugar free, decaffeinated beverages throughout the fast to prevent dehydration. Ramadan fasting while pregnancy. According to Islamic rule, women who are pregnant are not allowed to fast. Ramadan fasting during pregnancy can result in a number of severe pregnancy problems, including a sharp change in blood sugar levels. However, neither Islam nor health specialists advise anyone to fast unless they so choose. Additionally, one can make up for broken fast during Ramadan by giving fidya. Frequently asked questions about the benefits of Ramadan fasting. What are the advantages of Ramadan fasting for health? Some of the health advantages of Ramadan fasting include protection against obesity, lowered cholesterol, better blood sugar levels, and improved digestive system. What are the advantages of fasting during Ramadan spiritually? The spiritual advantages of Ramadan fasting include an increase in taqwa, higher rewards, a pathway to paradise, and protection from hell. What are the advantages of abstaining during Ramadan psychologically? The psychological advantages of Ramadan fasting include improved willpower, greater alertness, and improved mood. What are the advantages of Ramadan fasting in terms of science? The scientific advantages of Ramadan fasting include decreased stress, cancer, and Alzheimer's avoidance and Alzheimer's treatment. How does fasting during Ramadan avoid cancer? The risk factors for serious illnesses like cancer can be decreased by fasting during Ramadan. According to numerous studies that have recently been released, this might be caused by a reduction in blood glucose synthesis, a more balanced diet, or a rise in the creation of cells that can destroy tumors.